Are we recording? Crap. Position the mic. Okay.
Oh, Lord. Is that better? Oh, yeah, much better.
Much better.
Levels.
So you need the mic closer to you, and I need to make sure that the mic is further away from my snoring dog sitting laying right behind me. So I think we're all ready to go. All right. Sorry, you did it all. Levels.
Yes, levels.
All right.
So did I tell you what I discovered this week?
Wow. Are we at that point in the show already? Boy, some toddlers are going to be very, very excited about this news.
No. I said discovered, not learned.
Got it. Totally different segment.
Right. Yes. So the thing I discovered this week, courtesy of my Yahoo Sports Daily email, is that I can be 12 years old again.
So many jokes. Just so many. So many.
Yeah, I kind of set myself up for that, didn't I?
Okay. Don't have time. Otherwise, this cold open's going to be a long one. Okay. I'll bite. What did you discover?
So there's a service that will deliver to my email at like 5 o'clock every morning the Major League box scores from the previous day, just like I used to read them in the Des Moines Register when I was like 12.
The what?
The box scores from yesterday. Here, hold on. Let me send you this. So while you're getting that and reading, I already sent it to Felderman. I also sent it to toddler Matt Damon. They've both already signed up. Of course, it is free. This is a free service that sends it to your email.
Okay. One, I wasn't questioning the box scores. I was questioning the concept of a newspaper. What's that? Anyway, moving on. But let me take a look at this. Okay, so this doesn't have just the box scores. It also includes the standings, the stats leaders, and all of the transactions.
Right? I mean, we've been talking about this. This is the kind of thing that we need AI to do.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, but if AI is doing this, then who's going to print it out every day, use the hole punch, put them carefully into a 3-ring binder, then add it to your collection right next to all the scorebooks you have kept for every game you have watched on TV for your entire life?
I've never felt more seen. Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, a weekly podcast with Dewayne Johnson and Todd Prinz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. Box scores. Cool. It's the shocking that the TikTok generation doesn't love just pouring over columns of 8-point type with nearly indecipherable column headers and going, ooh, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Wow, he had a great game. I gotta pick him up on my fantasy baseball league. By the way, earlier this week, I opened up something on my phone. Lisa looks over. It was the Apple Sports app. And so I use the Apple Sports app, and so I've got teams I follow, leagues I follow, or whatever. I open it up, and Lisa goes, "You're not playing fantasy baseball, are you?" I'm like, "Nah. No. She's like, "Isn't that what you started with?" Yes. When did you give that up? When I got a job? I don't know. Like, it's about the same time that Spike Owen retired, I think. I think that's...
Yeah, I think that's probably about right.
Around... Yeah.
I mean, we did it for a really long time. And yes. Chris and Dan kept the stats, and we would get a stat report like once a month because that's about all the often that they would do it. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, when we started, I did that. And
were you in charge of that?
Yeah, and instead of having the box scores emailed to you, I had to go and buy the Baseball Weekly from the USA Today, and then hand enter all of the box scores, enter all the stats. So, yeah, it's amazing that this whole thing really took off once it was all computerized. Oof.
It's what still allows me to be commissioner of a football league 20 years later.
Yeah. All right. Where are we at? Oh,
feedback, follow up, and updates.
yes.
Danny sent us something about the Jello belt.
Yeah, he sent a meme. I'm going to assume it's a meme from someplace called Total Nerd, powered by Ranker. I don't even know what that means. And they highlighted the Jello belt, where Jello is consumed at twice the national average. And basically, the state of Utah equals the belt, and then all the fringes around the state of Utah are also part of it. However, the person who then made a comment on this said there's a pretty clear correlation here. Now, getting all of this, I did reply back, Jello belt, the least effective and most sticky way to keep your pants up.
I think that's fair. I also think the section of the United States that would be colored in would be Iowa and parts of Nebraska and parts of southern Minnesota and Wisconsin. If it was Jello with various fruit or shredded carrots suspended inside, that's where that belt would be.
Yeah. From what I understand, and I haven't noticed this out here, in the brief time I've lived out here, 25 years. But from what I understand, you think you've seen stuff suspended in Jello in the Midwest. Like, oh, that's cute. That's adorable. Come out here. This is the big leagues. You can suspend almost anything in Jello. So,
including sentences.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Toddler Matt Damon.
Yep.
Says we're going to need a recurring Waymo segment on the show, and he has suggested titles.
Okay.
We could call it Up, and a Waymo.
All right.
Carry on, My Waymo Son. And
a bit of an earworm, but okay.
Right. And the ones that we do around Christmas, Jingle All the Waymo.
I see what he's doing here, though. Basically, or, by the way, I'm going to throw one out. We can have the business meeting later. Circle back. As in, every week we got to circle back on this topic because that's what the Waymo's doing. It's just circling back. Tagline for the segment: leave no door open.
So that leads us to some follow-up.
Okay.
In Atlanta, dozens of empty Waymos have invaded an Atlanta neighborhood and circled a cul-de-sac for hours with no passengers. The cul-de-sac at the end of Battleview Drive. And I'm looking at video from Channel 2 in Northwest Atlanta, and they're just in, it goes and out, just around the cul-de-sac and then out the other side and around. And there's dozens of them. Yeah. Battleview Drive in Northwest Atlanta.
I'm no lawyer, but here's what I would do if I lived on there. I would just put up a sign that says entry to cul-de-sac to non-residents will be charged at a flat $2 rate per entry.
Easy.
And then just let that go for quite a while.
Just set up a camera.
And then send a bill. Yep. The terms of service of you entering were very clear. You should have caught that on the camera.
Yeah. Let's see. We had
actually.
We got an actually submission from Michael, Toddler 818.
Yeah.
Actually, Berkshire Hathaway is no longer led by Warren Buffett.
True.
Greg Abel is the president and CEO now, effective at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
We did not catch that real time.
Here's the thing. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I caught it, and I was going to correct you, but for the life of me, I couldn't come up with Greg Abel, which, to be honest, I'm not even sure his family knows his name. And so it was like, actually, Warren Buffett isn't the CEO. And then you would say, oh, then who is? And then my comment would be, well, you heard me typing quickly. So instead of that, we'll just take the actually right now. It's sort of like one of the things that annoys Lisa more than anything is like you're watching a news report or a YouTube video or somebody, and somebody's like, this is the second largest haystack covered in chocolate in the world. Okay.
Where's the largest one?
The first? Because if you don't know where the first is, don't tell me that this is the second. If you don't know who the current CEO is, don't tell me that Warren Buffett left. What good does that do me? Thank you, Michael. Thank you for I'm assuming he had to look that up because, quite frankly, again, who needs to know that it's Greg Abel?
He's in finance. He might actually know that off the top of his head.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Yeah. We've got, given how many times in the last month we've been doing construction updates, I figured we would make it a regular segment. So,
okay. All right.
You're going to make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Well, you sound like a pretty handy guy.
Time for construction updates. Todd, how's your construction going?
Sending you a proof of life picture. Sorry, a picture of the family room as of today.
Oh. There's 2/3 of a room of flooring.
Yeah. So the fireplace is gone, drywall's in, painting's done, at least in this room. This is the first of 3 projects. And flooring is 2/3 of the way done. Flooring should be completed by tomorrow. Baseboards and trim work by Friday. And then moving on to project number 2 starting next week.
And sliding glass doors in. You don't have any holes in the side of your house anymore.
No. That's a fully contained room now. So yes, they're showing up almost every day. So that's really cool.
It's more than you can say about me.
So yes, the family room is continuing. And here's the fun fact. This is going to be finished right about, like, literally they're going to say, hey, this is all done. Probably as I'm on my way driving out of Salt Lake City, headed for our vacation for this week, next week. So yeah, I'm going to be like, oh, that looks good. Well, gotta go.
How
about you? How are you doing on your side?
I did get a email, actually. I got an email this morning from the construction company saying that they have loaded the base of my shower onto a truck. It was too big to ship by FedEx ground, and so it's LTL over the road to my house, and I'm hoping it arrives before I leave for Seattle. Otherwise, it's going to be sitting on my front step for a week.
I really hope not, but I hope this isn't the case. But man, if you were writing if this show was fully written and we knew what was going to happen, that right there is some foreshadowing. Like this is the point in the show when you're like, if it doesn't get here before we leave, it's going to be sitting on my porch for a week. This is the point when Jim looks at the camera with, like, you know how that's going to go.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Okay, so we went back to get the 3rd shower pan made. Sorry, since we were just recently at Come From Away, so went back to Shoppers.
Sure.
Yeah.
So with that, I think it's probably time for this.
Dwayne's never going to guess it.
Who, me?
Never ever going to guess it.
I don't know.
No, Dwayne's never going to guess it.
Yas, Queen.
Never ever going to guess it.
That's right. That sound means it's time for America's favorite game. It is time for Dwayne Guess a Number. What'd you bring this week?
All right. Hey, you were talking about how good AI is for us at with the box scores.
Yeah.
Quick, there is some concerns. There's some concerns about AI taking everybody's jobs, and you either hear people that absolutely it's going to happen or no, it's not going to happen. But this one caught my eye, especially for the podcast. Recently, a newsfeed report, don't know what that is, looked at an open source site called Podcast Index and looked at the percentage of new podcasts being released that are 100% AI generated. Now, I don't know who they are, but I also know that using the same numbers a few weeks earlier, Bloomberg used the same numbers to also compute what percentage of new podcasts within the week or 2 weeks that Podcast Index looks at are AI generated. This trend does seem to be fairly holding steady. So, Dewayne, what portion of new podcasts per Podcast Index are 100% AI generated?
New ones.
These are literally new shows that are being started.
I don't know, 40%.
Oh, you know what? Give yourself a bell.
Really? Because I was going to guess 980 million.
Yeah. Then I was going to end the game. And they were just going to move on as if that never happened. I need a percent. 980 million. God, you're not even trying now. Fine. You know what? Tell you what, if you would have done that from now on, this entire segment for the rest of the run of this podcast would have been changed to Dewayne Guess a Train Number. That's all it would have been from now on. And actually, this is things like this. Hey, Dewayne, I saw a freight train run through town yesterday. Dewayne, guess the number of the locomotive. So,
I thought maybe you were just going to go out and specifically find questions where the answer is 980 million.
Well, now that you mention that, you know what? I'm not saying I'm going to, but I'm also not saying I'm going to. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. According
you
to
keep me honest.
Yeah. Bloomberg reported at the time 39% of new podcasts created in the previous week were found to be AI generated. And when new feeds report, again, don't know who they are, looked, it was 33%. Now, you're thinking, what when you say AI generated, what does that mean? So here is Hollywood Reporter had a story, and there's a company called Inception Point AI that makes AI podcasts. So according to them, at the time, they said that they were responsible for 5,000 total shows and turned out 3,000 episodes a week.
Dang.
According to Bloomberg, it now has 10,000 active shows. Although output was quoted as 877 new episodes in 48 hours, so they still produce around 3,000 per week. One of the shows, by the way, one of the shows that is at the top of their webpage is called Definition of Literally. It is a podcast about the definition of the word literally. Now, you might wonder, you might be asking yourself, who's listening to all of these podcasts? You're generating 3,000 episodes a week. Like, I have an answer for you. Janine Wright, CEO of an AI podcast company called Inception Point AI. So she's the CEO of this company, said, quote, "We believe that in the near future," God, this hurts my heart, but this should be Idiots of the Week, but I had something better. "We believe in the near future, half of the people on the planet will be AI." That's not how that works. Oh. "And we are the company that's bringing those people to life."
But wait, what? Jesus. Because corporations are people, my friend. No, wait. No, that's not. No.
Sometimes. Anyway, there you go. So, by the way, as you're looking through your podcast player, looking for something new, somewhere around 33 to 40% of all new shows are 100% AI generated, but that's okay if you're not listening, because apparently that's for the other AIs to listen to. Anyway, that's great. Are we being replaced? In some ways, I'm like, there's no way that an AI can replace this. On the other hand, if we're to the point in our human history of half the people on the planet are AI, you know what? Maybe we let this thing go. Like, or this is the show when the AI ingests it, goes, I don't even understand what any of this is. And then that starts a downward spiral where it's like, I think they're laughing. That's supposed to be funny, but that doesn't register against any humor that I'm like, wait, am I missing something or are they missing something?
Thanks for bringing that.
Always bringing the fun stuff. Okay. So after that, we need a little palate cleanser. What'd you bring for Scott Frost Memorial Idiot of the Week?
So I saw this story. You remember the show that's on CNN called Have I Got News for You?
That's a takeoff on one that is from the UK, isn't it?
Right. It's also called Have I Got News for You?
Yeah. But those have yous in it.
Have I Got News for Yous?
No, they're using the other place. It's because it's British, so you got to add the yous.
So by
the way, that other one is that one's the one that you mentioned is targeted specifically at sheep.
Have I got new news? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Wow. Oh my God. I think we may have found our show title. The Washington State Department of Licensing. Have you heard this story, Todd?
I've not.
Callers to the Washington State Department of Licensing would press 2 for Spanish.
Hola.
And get blank instead. Todd, fill in the blank. Callers to the Washington State Department of Licensing press 2 for Spanish and get blank instead.
I've got an idea, but I'm like, if I say this, am I racist or am I assuming that they're racist and I'm just calling it out?
You're right.
It was the direct line to Taco Bell.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, in that case you're not right.
Oh no, I'm the racist. Okay.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
good.
yes.
Now we figured that out. Okay. Yeah.
So what they got?
Yeah.
Pressing 2?
Yeah.
Was English in a strong Spanish accent.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I thought you were going to say English, just slower and louder. Really? That's how they decided to handle that problem.
Uh-huh. Yep. Washington resident Maya Edwards learned of the AI accented voice last summer after her Mexican husband tried using the Spanish language option while seeking information about his driver's license. He's bilingual, but saw that the wait time for speaking to a customer service representative in English was long, so he hit 2 for Spanish. It was hilarious to us in the moment because it was so absurd, she said on Thursday. But at the same time, it has real accessibility issues for people who call in and need to speak to someone in a language other than English.
To be completely honest, that sounds like a Saturday Night Live skit that comes on after update. You know, the one that could get cut just in case.
Just in case. The DOL apologizes for the error to its customers and for any inconvenience. An unfortunate byproduct of expanding services is that DOL found problems with the self-service option. Really? Huh. Okay. Anywho.
And when we say self-service, we don't mean the self-service option for the caller. We mean the the agency used self-service to stand up a Spanish version. Oh yeah, how hard could this be? Should we hire somebody who speaks Spanish? No. Should we just get our stuff translated? No. You know what we should do is we should just find an overtly racist AI to take care of this for us.
As of Thursday morning, an AP reporter called the line, followed the prompts for the Spanish language options, and was met with a voice speaking accented English that said, "Your estimated wait time is less than 3 minutes."
Jeez. Somebody in the office is walking around, nailed it, heard the feedback, fixed it. I see the problem. I got it. Don't worry about it.
We're on it. How about you? What did you bring?
Dewayne, have you heard the phrase the richest football match in the world?
Is that Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers?
It is not. This has to do with English football. So,
of course it does.
Yes. So, English football, actually, pretty much every league, almost every league in the world, except Major League Soccer and maybe La Liga in Mexico, has promotion and relegation. And the way that works is, in the Premier League, the bottom 3 teams, at the end of the season, the bottom 3 teams get kicked out of the Premier League and go down to the second tier, which of course is called the Championship.
Of course.
The top 2 teams in the Championship automatically get promoted, and then teams 3, 4, 5, and 6 go into a playoff system, and the winner of that small tournament gets the 3rd place and gets promoted into the Premier League. That playoff game is considered the richest game in the world of football. The reason is, if you get promoted into the Premier League, it can be worth up to £200 million for your club. So let's think about $300 million for your club, which seems a ridiculously high number. You get media rights, and so you get to divide the media. You get your share of the media rights. And even if you are only up for 1 year and then you come down, when you go back down, you get what they call parachute payments to make up for the fact that your revenue is dropping. So you get parachute payments for 2 additional years. So winning this game is worth like $300 million. Wow. Okay. So, oh, by the way, this is the playoffs that Wrexham were trying to get into for their shot at to get into the Premier. I'm just saying this is where they were trying to get to. Okay. I'm going to talk about 2 teams, not the 4 teams.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then the other 2. Anyway, so
spoiler alert, man.
Spoiler alert for something that happened weeks ago. Okay. 2 of the teams that qualified. Sorry, let me pull this up. So 2 of the teams that qualified, Middlesbrough and Southampton. And on Saturday, May 9th, the 2 faced each other. 0-0 tie. Awesome. Love it. Just love it. They then went to play on Tuesday, May 12th, and Southampton won 2-1 with extra time. However, fun fact, 2 days before they played the first time, so on May 7th, somebody at Middlesbrough captured a picture of a guy standing outside of their training ground, standing behind a tree, holding an iPhone, filming Middlesbrough's practice. People then looked at that and then realized that the person who was standing not fully behind a tree, partially behind a tree, but as so much that you could see their entire face, was a member of the Southampton staff.
On loan from the University of Michigan football team?
Maybe. It's entirely possible, right?
Okay. Yep.
Had a hat on. I love Connor. So EFL, the English Football League, has a very specific rule that you are not allowed, an opposing team is not allowed to film an upcoming opponent within 72 hours of a match. And this was within 48 hours of a match. So they filed a complaint. The complaint got filed after Middlesbrough lost. So this is on Tuesday, May 12th. Complaint gets filed. There's conversation. There's a hearing. In the hearing, Southampton admits to, yeah, we filmed them. And in the meantime, multiple other teams have also said, hey, they filmed us during the season too. And Southampton admitted, yeah, we filmed them and we filmed them. Oh, and we filmed Middlesbrough. While this is going on, Middlesbrough, who lost and are no longer in the playoffs, continue to show up and continue to train because their contention is Southampton cheated. We may get to play in this. So they're still practicing. Okay. Earlier this week, it comes down. Southampton is excluded from the playoffs. Middlesbrough is elevated into the championship game this Saturday. Good thing they kept practicing.
No kidding.
Southampton then has no opportunity to advance, and they were also docked 4 points for next year, so they start at -4 points for the other spine that they did. Now, Southampton then says, even though we admitted to this, we don't think that's right, and appealed it. And as of today, the appeal was turned down without comment. No, you did it. You did it. Okay. That alone.
I object. Overruled. No, I strenuously object. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, in that case.
Yes. So Saturday now will be the richest game in football. However, fun fact, Southampton's players are now considering a lawsuit. Who do you think they would sue?
The guy with the iPhone?
Well, yeah, they're not suing the EFL. They're considering suing their own club. Because fun fact, most contracts in English football, when you go to the Premier League, you get lots of money. But almost every contract says when you go down, you take a pay cut.
Right, yeah.
The Southampton players were in the Premier League last year. When they came down this season, they all took around a 40% pay cut. So they are now considering suing their employers for the money they would have made had they been in the Premier League.
Wow.
However, it also gets more interesting. The team that Middlesbrough is going to face this weekend is also strongly considering has got legal counsel to determine they believe that there is nothing in the rules that says that if Southampton was eliminated from the playoffs, that the league has the ability to take the loser of the semifinals and put them in the finals. So they are also considering suing
God.
to say that they should be declared champions of this and promoted. All of this needs to take place by Saturday. Well, I guess after Saturday they could still. Anyway, so excluded from the playoffs, negative points, might be being sued by your own players, and also the other team is suing to get the people who were cheated against also kicked out because there's no rules for that. Other than that, things are going great. Things are just going along smoothly. Did you follow all that, by the way? Way to go, Southampton.
Way to go, Southampton.
I'm hoping that whatever video they got on that iPhone was well worth it. That could be a 200 million pound video. You know what? At that point, maybe put it on OnlyFans to see if you can make some of your money back. I don't know. Is that how that works?
Some kind of fan site.
Something. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Congratulations, Southampton, for being Idiot of the Week. potentially the year, decade. This will be talked about for years. Also, Southampton is going to, English football fans come up with really, really good chants.
Yes.
Sometimes for their own team, many times for the opposition team. One of the ones that's classic in English football, when a manager's lost multiple games in a row and maybe being on the hot seat, you can expect if you're losing, like maybe you've lost like 4 or 5 in a row and people are like, oh, I don't know if he's going to make it or what. And then you go on the road and then you're losing. You will hear an entire stadium chant, "You're getting sacked in the morning." So they're going to hear about it. They're going to hear this. So
nice. I love it.
So I'm guessing that you haven't been watching Middlesbrough practice video. What have you been watching?
Well, we did start watching the latest season of Wrexham.
We did too. Yes, came back.
Yep. And we start. Amy dials it up. We start watching. She's like, "Do you know what happens?" I'm like, "I don't know what happens. I haven't followed this." So it's all the hints, the spoiler alert from earlier. We don't know what happens. It is all new to us as we're watching this season of Wrexham, which we are 1 episode in.
You may have noticed the first episode. They got the A story, and then they got the B story.
Yeah.
Second episode, A story, also a B story. Like, oh, hey, how can they keep doing this? Oh, you know what? We're going to spend a little less time about the football club and more about people around the football club. So,
yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. And then we also started watching The Mandalorian, rewatching The Mandalorian to catch back up on all of the little details before we go see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie at some point.
We have tickets for that movie for this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
What I will tell you though is the night before we see Devil Wears Prada 2, we watch Devil Wears Prada. It's 2 hours.
Right.
Watching 3 seasons of The Mandalorian plus potentially the season of the Book of Boba. That's homework. Not going to happen. I'll just show up and see what happens.
Maybe there's a YouTube summary somewhere that you can watch.
Previously on The Mandalorian. Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
That was
10 minutes. Perfect. That's ideal. Yeah, I'll do about 10 minutes of homework. That's
Here's
fine.
the thing. If you actually Google everything you need to know before seeing Mandalorian and Grogu, I am positive there will be multiple videos that show up on YouTube that will be about. You're going to be able to pick the 6-minute one, the 8-minute one, the 10-minute one, the 12-minute one. And then for reasons that aren't totally clear, one of the videos is going to be entitled the 2-minute catch up that you need before seeing Grogu, Mandalorian and Grogu. And it's 23 minutes long. What are we even doing? We also started watching Welcome to Wrexham. We saw the first 2 episodes. And then RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars came back a few weeks ago. We tailed off watching last season, the main show. We just were like, well, I think we got disrupted and we never saw the end of it. So we're back to watching All-Stars. We'll see. This is don't love the format, but we'll watch it for a little while until we go, well, but done? Yeah, I think we're done. Okay.
Yeah, done with that. Yep.
I'll start with what I learned this week because I think you've probably got a better story here.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but okay.
You have a better. When I say better story, I mean better content. So for my birthday, Lisa got me a new Apple Watch.
Oh, nice.
And went with the Ultra.
Ooh.
Which I'd been looking at because, as we've pointed out, the regular series watch, given my speed and everything, doesn't survive well running a half marathon, running a workout, and streaming music, and getting bombarded by early morning texts and gifts from Dewayne and Danny. Really, really drains the battery really quick. So this one's got, she's like, what's the big deal about this? I'm like, it's got a bigger screen. Is that it? And a much bigger battery. Oh, okay. So
in that case,
yeah. So what I will say is, if you are looking at an Apple Watch Ultra, I'm very happy with it. It's great. If you're thinking about one, go into the store and put one on your wrist. It is big. It is not an inconspicuous smartwatch. This does sit fairly high on your wrist. Also, fun fact: when you move into a new watch, because it's new, I didn't say, restore from backup of the other watch, because I thought, I'll use this a little differently, and then went, time to, none of my alarms are in there. Okay, wait, none of my podcast player isn't there. Music's not downloaded. I don't, what? I can't open my lock with this yet. Like, I gotta set up my watch. This is the part where you're like, have we done too much technology? Like, I haven't downloaded all the stuff and set up all the apps on my watch, and it's not the way I like. Remember when watches just used to be watches? Yeah.
Just tell me what time it is.
Yeah. Hold on. I got a face for that. Hold on. Wait. Okay. So So the digital crown, and then the button, and then the other. Nope. And then the other button. No. Scroll up. Nope. Not that one. Hold on. I'm getting there. Hold on. Wait. Digital crown twice. Button twice. Nope. That's Apple Pay. Hold on. No. I know how to do this. I got this. I'm an Apple genius. Nope. That's my mail. Nope. Hold on. What? Oh, well, that's kind of funny. Oh, hey, by the way, it is 8:23. Mountain time. So there you go. Look how easy that was on my smartwatch. How about you? What'd you learn this week?
So, like, as a part of Amy's new office in the basement, right? We decided it would be convenient to have a new TV down there. A 43 inch, something small to set on the bookshelf, so that when guests come and they're staying down there in that room in the pull-out couch, that there's a TV in the room to watch, right? Plus, when Amy is working down there, she can have the Cubs going on in the background, or, whatever. Anyway, but we're like, let's not spend a lot of money on this. So I've just kind of been keeping my eye out for TV that meets the criteria, the right size and the right price point, and blah, blah, blah. So on Monday, I found online on Best Buy an open box 43-inch Toshiba. Excellent. Like, you can have excellent, you can have fair, you can have just, open, right? In terms of the quality of the open box. I'm like, okay, rated excellent, $85, right in the sweet spot. This is what we're looking for.
Wait, an $85 43-inch TV?
Yes.
When you said low price, I was like, a couple $100, $85. Okay.
Exactly. I'm
Whoa.
like, well,
okay.
But it's up in Ankeny. So I had to go to Whole Foods to return a couple of Amazon orders anyway. And there's a Best Buy right next door.
You can also get your tires checked up there.
Yes, right, sure.
Yep.
No, there's a Best Buy next door to Whole Foods in West Des Moines. So
okay.
I'm like, well, let me just dump into this Best Buy that's right here and see if maybe they have something. Also, if they can maybe check in Ankeny before I drive 30 minutes north to pick it up to find out it's already gone. Anyway, they were very helpful up there. Helped me get it all organized, blah, blah, blah. We're good to go. Drive up to Ankeny, pick it up. Yep, here it is. $85. With tax, $91 out the door. Super. Load it into the back of the truck, get home, unbox it, set it up. There's no power cable.
Okay. Yeah.
There are feet, but there are no screws to put the feet in.
Okay. Yeah.
And there is no remote control.
I mean, you did buy an $85 TV. I mean, that's...
But when you go to Best Buy and you look at their open box descriptions, excellent means while it has been used, all of the parts are there.
Okay. All right. I mean, I was more thinking that excellent meant for the parts that are there, they're in excellent shape.
That would have been more accurate.
You do
I'm
realize
like, okay,
that somebody else has got a box that just has has screws, a power cord, and a remote. And they also paid $85 and went, oh, I think they forgot the TV.
You know what? Here's the thing. In that case, we both got screwed. I'm like, well, that's okay. I can fix this. I mean, it's a Toshiba. It's a Toshiba Amazon Fire TV. I'll just go online and buy a replacement remote. Easy peasy. So I hop on Amazon. It'll be here on Wednesday. Fantastic. Great. This was Monday. Be here on Wednesday. Shows up today. It's Wednesday. Shows up this afternoon. I grab the remote, put 2 batteries in it, go downstairs, plug in the TV, turn it on, hit the remote, and the remote will raise the volume and lower the volume, but the TV will not recognize that remote to set up the TV.
I think that's going to be a problem.
Right? So now I'm Googling problem solving. Okay. And this, and then hit these 2 buttons and it'll reset it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, I give up. I'm calling. So I'm like, okay, what's the support number for Toshiba? So I call the support number for Toshiba, deal with the AI stuff, finally get through that and talk to a live person because the AI did not have any answers for this. Talk to a live person and they're like, oh, well, you have to have the original remote in order to start your TV.
But do they mean when they say original remote, the original model or literally the original remote?
An original remote.
Got it. Okay. No
from
aftermarket.
the manufacturer.
Got it. Okay.
And she's like, okay, so here's the phone number that you need to call in order to get one of those. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll write that down. Let's find out how much it is. Whatever. I mean, I only paid $85 for the TV. So, I'm still in good shape. Dialed the phone number. By the time I dialed the phone number, they were closed for the day. You know what? Now I'm calling Best Buy. So I call the Best Buy. I'm like, can I call the Best Buy in Ankeny? No, you cannot call the Best Buy in Ankeny. It goes to a support center. So I finally get a live person at the support center and I tell her what's going on. She's like, oh, yeah, boy, that's just all kinds of bad. That's an exact quote. That is all kinds of bad. I'm like, it was marked excellent.
I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm glad we're starting from the same perspective here.
And I'm like, it said excellent. She's like, yeah, I know it shouldn't have. Like, yeah, really? I'm like, so what are my options here? She's like, well, you can take it back up to Ankeny and get your money back for it. Really? On an open box? Yep, absolutely. Just take it back up there with your receipt, get the money back. Fantastic. Okay. Well, I guess that's what I'll do then. Super. Thanks for your help. Super. Box it back up, throw it in the back of the truck. Boom, off I go. Text you, hey, maybe a little late to record tonight. Drive up to Ankeny. Walk in, and the guy behind the counter, yeah, the people that do this evaluation know the foggiest idea what they're doing. Great. Okay. So back on the card, I'm like, I paid cash. Fantastic. Hands me the cash. Are you just going to buy another TV? Yeah, I'm going to wander around the back, see what you got. So I go back to the back and I start looking around their open box stuff. And they have a 40-inch Insignia that doesn't have a price on it. Open box. It's not even in the box. It's just sitting on the counter, but it's got the remote taped to the back of it. And it's got a power cord that can't be removed. And it's got the feet already in it. I'm like, this may be the TV for me.
So much better. So much
Alre-
better.
Already so much better.
Yeah.
So I wander around the store to find somebody that can help me figure out what the price is. It was $101, including tax.
Well, of course it's more because it has the remote, the feet, and the power cord. That stuff costs.
It's the important stuff, right? He's like, okay. I'm like, can you do any better than that, given all the rigmarole that I've had to run through? He's like, well, it wasn't a supervisor, it wasn't a manager, it wasn't a. So he's like, no, I there's nothing I can do. It just is what it is. I'm like, okay, can we at least plug it in and check it and make sure that it works? Given he's like, yeah, we can do that. And I'm like, you know what? It'll be fine. I've got all the parts. It'll be fine. Fine, whatever. Pay him $101, load it into the truck, bring it home, take it downstairs, plug it in, turn it on, hit the remote, and it does not recognize the remote.
Please tell me that it says, this is a Toshiba remote. You need...
However, this time, it prompted me, do you want to set up this TV with your phone? And gave me a QR code, at which point I promptly scanned the QR code, finished the setup on my phone.
Downloaded the malware, finished the setup.
Right? Clicked no to have it learn and monitor what I'm watching. Immediately clicked no on that.
Yeah, for your benefit.
For my benefit. It says for your benefit. Yeah, no. But now TV works, remote works, all is right with the world. But man, this was a struggle.
I'm just going to point out, to get a $101 TV, you probably blew somewhere in the neighborhood of about $80 in gas. But you're ahead.
The music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. You can subscribe to our award-winning podcast with visiting scholar Todd Prinz. Wherever you get your pods, just search Talkin' and the number 2. There's no G and no space. You can stop by and see us at the Tuba City home office. Please don't do that. Thanks to our listeners, our sponsors, and our contributors. We appreciate you. And as always, you can send us your feedback on this episode or any episode to feedback@talkingtotodd.com. Todd?
Quick question on any of those when you were calling Toshiba or calling the other player or calling Best Buy. At any point, did you press 2 just to hear, hola, thank you for pressing dos? Too bad, we're cerrado.
Good work with your Sesame Street Spanish there, Todd. That's fantastic work.
That's it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're going to have something we need to clean up next week. Until then, we're talking to Todd.
For the record, you were very, very confident about we don't edit this podcast anymore because we got it figured out. Then the wheels fell off. Dewayne, karma, line dos.